कहते थे लोग जो अगर गई है तू देंगे वही सलामियाँ दिल थाम के जा देखेगा एक दिन तेरी Good morning all of you. Welcome. Good morning. Very good morning, all of you are joining live. We are a little late today. Listen to the lyrics, they are beautiful. Beautiful song. You like listening it, huh? Join in till you all are joining it. Very good morning to all of you. Yes. 1 second, dear students. All set. So welcome to day 5 of Sarathi DT live revision series. And today we are doing capital K. Please give the feedback. Is it overwhelming? We should have breaks, or we can do once and then you keep on watching it every now and then repeatedly, right? Very good morning to all of you. What is it that is scaring? I want to ask of you that students, like if you see the views from the first lecture to second lecture, I know my teaching is not going down. But this is always like initially so many students are joining live. A request to all of you who are watching live, once the live is uploaded, I don't know what's the reason, I'm trying my best, but then it is getting, the live chat is, we are not able to replay while repeatedly watching the lectures. So I request all of you, once the lecture is done, if you can comment below the video, whatever is your feedback. You didn't follow or you followed, or block of a set was really clear yesterday, or whatever it is. Okay. So that will help a lot. And as we start the day, nothing much is there to discuss in the interim budget because of the elections. The main budget is going to come in July. But some figures were so surprising that according to the percentage of population, how many percentage of people are paying tax in India? And then the data came up today in the news is it's 2.2%. In that 2.2% also around 55% are paying tax below 10 lakhs. Did we learn the slab rates? And remaining 45% are those taxpayers who are paying the high tax, right? So this is the tax structure of the India. And when July the new government comes and the reform comes, that time when they give the budget highlights, surely you will get a video at this place for the budget highlights also. We prepare it every year, but not done this time because nothing much is there in the changes. Okay, right. Now we have made a mantra for 1st of February. Did you like it? Can you comment below? Did you like that this month we are going to pay a lot of attention to movement? As a student, as a learner, now and then movement. ये लाके दो, वो लाके दो, जरा पानी लाके दो, वो लाके दो. Let's close it and let's move ourselves more. And another thing is we are going to smile and laugh a lot this month. Did you all like the laughter challenge at the end yesterday? What we did? Hmm? बाद में सही में हंसी आई होगी ना कि दीप्ति मैम क्या कर रहे हैं. This is all a part of learning, dear students. When you are in that mode, no, the things पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि 2 hours will be over and the things will sink. So be consistent, as I said today morning to all of you, that when you are committed, automatically you are consistent. When you are consistent, you become courageous because you have consistently built the muscle. When you become courageous, that genuine wala confidence automatically comes, which is required for you to clear the professional exam. So make sure every day you are attending the live class, taking part in all the discussions. If you have any doubt anywhere, you can ask. Thank you so much that you liked it. And now, shall I say, dear, so sweet of you that you're replying, and I'm not here to criticize all your replies. You're saying I tried it. Don't say tried. I will do it. I will do whatever it takes to achieve my goals. I will do. जो लगेगा ना वो करेंगे. That aggressiveness, that fire when it comes, no, we teachers are always there to motivate you all, but that inspiration should come from inside. It's not कि I'll try my best. Try word हमारी dictionary में नहीं. I will do whatever it takes. I'm telling you, 63% in 10 class, 67 in 12, and average students whose target is to get married by the time graduation is over. When I can do CA, you all can do it for sure. So no trying. I will do whatever it takes. क्या चाहिए बोलो, I will do that. Okay, Dipti ma'am said yesterday that block of asset method, few rates which are important, just make a stick on and put. Make the stick on. Those 4-5 rates, what you are writing now, plant and machinery 15%, computer 40%, write it with colored pens, put the stick on, watch it till 1 week, you will learn the rates. And while making it only, that confidence will boost because you are going to write it on your own. ठीक है? चले आगे. चलो, let us begin today's class for capital gain. Any doubts are there in house property, residential status, business head, please comment below. And anything not clear, somewhere you felt I went a little fast, then also please comment below, right? Okay, and do share this video with all your friends in Telegram, WhatsApp. Give it a boost because I know I've putting lot of efforts in making the compiler and bringing all this compiled revision video for repeated watching. It's a challenge कि 3 बार अगर business head का video वापस 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 देखे ना, it will sink and you will never do the mistake in add and less. Chalo, let me share the screen. We are doing today the 4th head of the income. Though we have yet not done salary, we'll be doing it at last. Today we are doing capital gain. Capital gain has its own beauty, it's called as luxurious head. Salary, every return. Business head, those who do business every year, they have business income. Capital gain is luxury. Does every SSC pay capital gain tax and all every year? No. 3 things are required. Do you have a capital asset? Yes. Have you transferred it? Yes. Is there a profit or loss? Profit is called as capital gain. Loss is called as capital loss. Knock, knock. Come inside. Chargeability section is section 45. Can anyone say what was the chargeability section for business head? Business head कहाँ से शुरू हो रहा है? What was the chargeability section for house property? Yes. Keep commenting. Let the live class be very, very active. And thank you so much for all your likes. This is one thing I like, that you put likes immediately as you're watching the video and don't wait for me to say कि थोड़े और likes तो बनते हैं and all that. You do it. God bless you all. Thank you for that. Chalo. I'm sharing my screen and we are starting with the capital gain. Yes, very good. Very good. Anjana, your participation is awesome. Good. Section 28 was the chargeability section of business head. And for house property, oh, still awesome. It's section 22. Good. Very good. Right. Now, chargeability section for capital gain. You know what is chargeability section? Knock, knock, get in. So the chargeability section is there should be capital asset. One second, dear students. There should be capital asset. Capital asset should be transferred, sold, and there should be gain or loss. Then you enter this head called as capital gain. Okay? Right. Now, what is a capital asset? That when it is transferred, you get capital gain. Take a pause, coming 15 to 20 minutes. I am introducing the definitions and terms of capital gain, not in technical way, but in practical and logical way. I have given a very nice table I have made on my own in this compiler, which will clear all your doubts. So when a capital asset is transferred, you are paying capital gain. But what is a capital asset? So capital asset is any kind of the asset which is fixed, circulating, movable, immovable, tangible, intangible, patent, copyrights and all, huh? Connected to business or personal, kuch bhi, right? Except but does not include. So now I'm giving you a list which is not a capital asset. What is not a capital asset? Stock in trade, consumables. So you buy the stock, you sell it. You purchase the stock, you sell it. You remember your trading account, opening stock, purchases, sales, closing stock, all. So that part, that stock in trade, is not a capital asset because it's a business asset. It's a current asset. You don't buy the stock to hold it. You buy the stock to sell it. So stock in trade is not a capital asset. Then personal effects like wearing apparel. You may have a branded coat of 2 lakh rupees. कोई brand का आपके पास jacket है, कोई साड़ी है branded, which is of 4 lakh rupees, like that, hand woven. So these are all personal assets. They are not taxable. Furniture at your home. But in personal effect, excluded is jewelry. So is jewelry taxable? Yes. If you're having this material, write down taxable. Yes. Jewelry is taxable. Okay. Jewelry includes what? Gold, silver, then diamonds and precious stones. ये सब jewelry है. And jewelry not only in the form of jewelry like necklace, earrings and all. Even if you have those gold biscuits, silver bars, yeah, they will all be taxable. So many times you don't have jewelry in a normal way. Say you are having 10 diamonds which are of 10 lakhs each. 1 crore के diamond है. But those diamonds are sewn in the dress which you use for the god at your home, deity. कहाँ है? मेरे पास कोई diamond नहीं है. वो diamond तो भगवान के dress में है. Is it your jewelry? Yes. Is it taxable? Yes. So I'm going little in depth so that you are able to answer the questions, MCQs and all. Rural agricultural land. We all know agricultural land, city के 8 kilometers radius छोड़ दो. And then whatever land is there, if it is used for agricultural process, it's called as rural agricultural land. Okay. It is not, when rural agricultural land is purchased and sold, there is no capital gain. Ma'am, what about urban agricultural land? In the heart of the city, you are having an open plot and there you are doing organic farming. And now you have sold this plot. Will it be taxable? Answer is yes. This is not exempt. Clear to all of you? Right. Special gold bonds, which are issued by central government, bearer bonds, and gold deposit bonds. That scheme came wherein your physical gold you deposit and you will get the e-gold receipt. And then when you want to sell it, you submit back the e-gold and you will get the physical gold. There is a lot of gold, but it is not disclosed. So for all this, government came up with gold deposit bonds, special borrower. All these are not capital asset. फिर से एक बार, what is capital asset? Anything related to business or personal, tangible or intangible, movable, all. It does not include stock in trade. It does not include personal effects, and it does not include rural agricultural land. Okay, special bonds, bearer bonds, deposits. Okay, so this is how we can say that agricultural land and all is not a capital asset. Is it clear to you what is capital asset? Then from last year, what is added? I'll tell you now. Clear until now? Why so many of you are joining late, dear students? I know Dipti ma'am bhi late ho gaye. But then when I started, if you're there, you will, get the link that we are in capital gain chapter. To knock chargeability section says there should be a capital asset. Capital asset should be transferred, and on that transfer there should be profit, capital gain, loss, capital loss. So what is not a capital asset? Stock in trade. Stock in trade is not a capital asset. It's a current asset. You buy and sell the stock. Personal effects, rural agricultural land. But personal effect excludes jewelry. So jewelry and drawings and paintings and sculptures and antiques, they're all very well taxable. Okay. Last year, added in the definition of the capital asset is ULIP, unit linked insurance policy, right? So if there is a ULIP, one second, this is 1 second, just give me time. ULIP and virtual digital asset both are added, and 1 second. LIP is different and ULIP is different. So for both the limits are different. For one, 2,50,000 is there, and for another 5 lakh they have changed this year. I've already discussed all this in the tax amendment video 2. Video 1 and 2 are out. Notes are already pinned in the Telegram. So if you check the pinned one, you will get to know. And of course, in the salary, in deductions, today capital gain also. Whatever is missing out, I'll definitely check on that. TDS, TCS, beautiful amendments are there. But 1 second, please wait. For ULIP and LIP, different provisions are there. Okay. Yeah. So from last year, they said ULIP, if there is unit linked plan and single premium exceeds 2,50,000, this is still 2,50,000. From this year, ULIP limit, so the LIP limit is increased from 2,50,000 to 5 lakh. ULIP ka limit has not changed. Okay, clear to all of you? I'm not getting your doubts. What you are putting in chat box, and this chat box we are not able to replay also for those who are watching again. That's why I read the question in the chat box. So once we complete uploading the video, then if you can comment below, it will be nice. Anyhow, change this limit. Once again, I want to say, listen carefully. I'll say orally. This year, there's an amendment in the definition of capital asset, and they said any policy of LIP which is not exempt under section 1010D. I will discuss all this in income from other sources again tomorrow. But abhi, any policy of LIP which is not exempt under section 1010D. When it is not exempt, say the premium has exceeded 10%. You remember? Whatever is the sum assured of the policy, premium should not exceed more than 10%. Otherwise, you will not get ATC deduction. If a person is handicapped, then 15% of the sum assured you can pay the premium. But if the premium is very high, then that LIC becomes taxable. Where? In income from other sources. Now, this is not LIC. That's normal LIC. This is unit linked insurance plan. This is specific type of LIP. Here they said that during the financial year 23-24, if you pay single premium exceeding 2,50,000 or you have 5-6 ULIP put together, the premium exceeds 2,50,000, then on maturity, ULIP will be taxable as capital asset. Ma'am, how it will be taxable as capital asset? Can you say the way? Detailed is not there in your syllabus, but generally, suppose I am getting ULIP maturity 8 lakhs and I have paid over the year premium 3 lakh. What will be taxable now? 5 lakh. Where? Capital gain. Same 5 lakh, if it is not ULIP and if it is normal LIP, where it will be taxable? Income from other sources. Amount taxable is same 5 lakh. But if it is ULIP, it is treated as capital asset. Ma'am, indexation nahi hoga. It's taxable as capital gain. And there it is taxable as LIP. Clear to all of you, right? Check this, and added one more is virtual digital asset. Take your time. I really want to go slow in age of the capital asset, in the definitions of transfer. Then when I do exemptions, things will be clear like anything. Superb examples I've made on my own for exemption, because exemption ke bina capital gain ka separate problem doesn't come. Okay, right. Unit linked insurance plan on maturity will be treated as capital asset. I'm repeating. Where any person receives any time during any previous year any amount under unit linked insurance plan. Clear to you now? And the amount of single premium exceeds 2,50,000. This is still 2,50,000. Or premium for all the ULIPs put together exceeds 2,50,000. Then profit will be chargeable under capital gain and it will be taxable. Detailed is not there. Okay? Right. So this is all about the ULIP. Yeah, it will depend upon the age of the ULIP, short term or long term. Okay. Next is virtual digital asset. Now this topic either I can teach you here or I can teach you in income from other sources. So let us complete it here. Do you all know cryptocurrency? Bitcoins, Litecoins, like that all? Lithium or kya kya hai? So this cryptocurrency, virtual digital asset, is very well taxable under section 115 BBH as capital asset. Sometimes it's also taxable as your income from other sources. But kab kahan pe kya tax hoga? Let us see. Okay, right. Under section 214, yes, a capital asset means property of any kind, whether or not connected with business. Cryptocurrencies may be deemed as capital asset if acquired by person for the purpose of investment. In such case, the gain will be taxable capital gain. Are you getting? I've purchased cryptocurrency as investment, and then if I'm getting the capital gain, it will be taxable here. And just as one short investment I have done, aaj kharide kal bech diye, like that, it can be taxable under income from other sources. There's no hard and fast, no. You know why? Ma'am, wahan tax karo ya yahan tax karo. What is the rate of tax you have to pay on cryptocurrency? 30%. You remember from this year, online gaming is also very well taxable. Earlier, whenever IPL used to be held, lot of these, in Hindi we call it satta, speculation, gaming used to go on with IPL. Now they've said anyhow people are earning. Let them ask to pay tax and let them legalize. Now you have apps, I don't know the name, but cricket apps and all where you can do betting and all, it's legal. PUBG. So this online gaming also, whatever income you receive, it's going to be taxable at 30% from this year. Virtual digital asset from last year. In the last year's budget only, they said that virtual digital asset, if you hold it long term as investment and sell it, tax it here. If not, tax it in income from other sources. Followed? Right. Okay. Now, if, however, such transactions are substantial or if assets are held for trading purpose, okay, then income from the sale of VDA may be taxed as business income. Business income, other source, jahan tax karna. You know, when the virtual digital asset will be business, when you have opening stock of cryptocurrency, you purchase cryptocurrency, you sell it. Yeah, someone said like intraday, रोज खरीदते बेचते हैं, रोज खरीदते बेचते हैं, then it is your business income. Followed? Right? If you tax it as business income, it will be taxed separately because it's a speculative business. But it's kahin bhi tax karo, whether you tax it, it's not ki short term hoga to 10%. I've yet not gone to the taxes. But virtual digital asset, very well it will be taxable 30% surcharge and health and education cess के साथ, whether it is business income or capital. No deductions in respect of any expenditure other than cost is allowed to SSC. Nothing. You have purchased the cryptocurrency in 10 lakhs and you are selling it in 14 lakhs. 4 lakh is income. Very well, you have to pay 30% tax. Done. No indexation, no other cost allowed, and no discounted rate of tax. Clear to all of you? Cost of acquisition will be deducted from the full sale value. If income is taxable under capital gain, indexation benefit will not be available. मैम आई हेल्ड द क्रिप्टो करेंसी फॉर 1 year 2 year 3 year, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. इट इज फ्लैट टैक्सेबल एट 30%. No deduction will be allowed pertaining to cost of improvement, just cost of acquisition is allowed. Are you all clear when it will be business income and when it will be? See, like shares also, if I'm holding the shares as investment, I have shares of L&T, Reliance, Infosys. If I hold it as investment and sell, it can be short term or long term capital gain. Daily I'm doing 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, I sit in front of the share market TV ke samne and I'm just doing buying, selling, stocking up. Can I take it as my business income, share trading? Yes. Okay. Loss arising on the transfer of the virtual digital asset cannot be adjusted. Can we have a loss? I purchased the cryptocurrency in 10 lakhs and I sold it for 4 lakhs, 6 lakhs is the loss. Can we set off this capital loss in other capital gain? Answer is no. Like horse races may and all, that's the same concept. No indexation. Any other losses incurred by SSC cannot be adjusted against the income from virtual digital asset. Okay, I sold a jewelry and there is long-term capital loss for sale of jewelry. 10 lakh rupees bracket mein. And virtual digital asset, there's a profit of 8 lakh. Can I do this set off? Answer is no. You can't set off other loss in this. You can't set off this loss in other. Can I say VDA is very rigid? What do you call it? Shy, timid. They stay in their own shell, and whatever it is directly, they are taxable at 30%. Finish. TDS, maybe they have added one new section. TDS may they have added one new section 194S from July 22, and they are saying that TDS will be taxable. Okay, 1% on the amount of the transfer. अब कब क्या कैसे लगेगा, we will see in income from other sources. This topic is important, but how the TDS will be deducted 194S में, when it is 1% on what amount, We will do in 194 RSQP when we do the TDS chapter. Okay. Can I say the gist of this? Knock, knock. I want to enter capital gain chapter. Section 45. There should be capital asset. Capital asset should be transferred. On transfer, there has to be capital gain or loss. If three conditions are satisfying, aaja. That's why I said this is a luxurious head. Just holding the capital asset doesn't mean you are entering the chargeability section, this head. When you transfer the capital asset and there is a gain or a loss, then you compute it. Is it very consistent to have capital gain every year? No. I have 2-3 properties, a diamond necklace नहीं है मेरे पास सही में कोई diamond necklace नहीं, just an example. So say I have 2-3 properties, a diamond necklace and all. Can I file my return for the capital gain income? No. When I sell that and there is profit that time. Now and then I'm saying कि capital asset is to be transferred. Capital asset is to be transferred. What is capital asset? Capital asset is any asset which is fixed, movable, tangible, intangible, related to business, personal, kuch bhi, except this. What is not a capital asset? Stock in trade. Because stock in trade is my current asset. मेरे business का stock है. I buy the stock of, say, kitchen appliances, cookers and all, and I sell it. That's my stock in trade. That's not a capital asset. Rural agricultural land, gold deposit bonds, bearer bonds, personal assets, घर का furniture, घर के building and all. No. Now, but there. In the personal effect, jewelry is excluded. Gold, silver. And its name is ki jewelry is a taxable capital asset. Doesn't mean you should have actual jewelry, gold chain, bangles and all. Jewelry includes bullion. You know what is bullion? Gold bars, silver bars, coins, precious metals, stones, all that is taxable. Antiques, drawings, paintings, all. Done? Clear? Now, two things added. Virtual digital asset is added from last year. Virtual digital asset, cryptocurrency. Just remember these 4 to 5 points, enough for you all. When you sell virtual digital asset, you can set off only the cost. Not any improvement cost, not any other expense, original cost. You have purchased in 4 lakh, you have sold in 10 lakh, 6 lakhs is taxable as capital gain. Can we have virtual digital asset as our business? Yes, separate, speculative business. At what rate the income is taxable? 30%. Can I set off other loss in virtual digital asset capital gain? No. Virtual digital asset, there's a loss. I purchased cryptocurrency in 4 lakh. I sold for 3 lakh. There's a loss of 1 lakh. Can I set off this loss in other income? No. So this is all. And because virtual digital asset is taxable, you have to pay capital gain of 30%. 194S they have introduced that on the transfer value only 1% TDS is to be deducted. TDS, sure, I will show you when we study the other details. Okay? Right. Pay attention, all of you. And any doubts are there, keep putting in the chat box. Okay? Now, we know that if there is a profit, it's capital gain. If there is a loss, it's a capital loss. But the next very important, and like I can say this table should be printed in your desk. एक वीक के लिए तो भी ये जो अभी मैं टेबल पढ़ा रही हूँ ना, like your age, my age, like that age of the capital asset. What is age of the capital asset, ma'am? If you hold jewelry for 3 years and then when there is a profit, long-term capital gain. If you sell jewelry within 3 months of buying, short-term capital gain. Are you following? So age of the capital asset will decide the nature of the capital gain, long-term and short-term. And the nature will decide the tax rate. Because long-term ye tax hoga, short-term ye hoga. Clear to all of you? Now here I want to go in a different way. I'll talk about age of the asset. Two things added from this budget, that is this financial year 23-24. They added two beautiful terms और मुझे लगता है ये कहीं ना कहीं MCQ में या कहीं तो आएगा, market linked debentures. Market, you all know what are debentures? It's a hi-fi version of bonds or loan only. But we don't take loan, unsecured loan from individual. It's a company. So they issue debentures of 1 lakh. You want to give 1 lakh loan to company? Take 10,000 debentures of 10 each. You want to give 10,000? Take 1,000 debentures. Are you getting the concept? To debenture holders, what do we pay? Dividend or interest? Interest. So market linked debentures are those debentures wherein they put the money in the equity market and all, and the rate of interest is fluctuating. So they added section 50AA from this year, which says that market linked debentures, whenever you sell, it's going to be short term capital gain. Ma'am, 4 years tak rakh ke sale kiye to bhi. Why so? Because these are linked with market. Every day the values are changing. So whatever, whenever you get a capital gain from selling market linked debentures, it's going to be short-term capital gain. Another thing they added is specified mutual funds. In specified mutual fund, also a percentage of, I'll read out the definition. Percentage they put in equity market and rest in other market. So whenever you sell specified mutual fund, then also whatever profit you get short term, whatever loss you get short term capital loss. Clear to all of you? This is being added from this year. Let us see it again so that it's more clear. I'm sparing little more time in the definitions. When I go to problem, it will be very clear. Okay, right. Ye dekho. Section 50AA says that capital gain arising from transfer of market linked debenture and unit of specified mutual fund would always be short term. What are market linked debentures? Security which has underlying principal component in the form of debt, security, where the returns are linked with market. In your study material, definition is not given. I have taken it, but at least malum to hona chahiye na kya hai. Specified mutual fund where not more than 35% of the total proceed is invested in the equity market. However, percentage of the equity holding held in respect of mutual fund shall be computed with reference to annual average daily. Their values are fluctuating every day. Kiske values, ma'am? Market linked debentures or specified mutual fund. So whenever they are sold, they are going to be taxable as short-term capital gain. Only market linked debentures are, rest all debentures are there up. Keep little patience, मुझे पूरा पढ़ाने दो तो clear हो जाएगा. Can anyone say what did we study yesterday that I said this is always taxable as short-term capital gain or short-term capital loss? I'm waiting. Can anyone say what did I teach you yesterday? That I said whenever there is profit, it's short-term capital gain. Whenever there is loss, it's short-term, irrespective of the age. Yes? Age of the business asset. Business related asset which is depreciable, and when you charge the depreciation blockwise, when that block is sold, bye-bye. Whatever profit comes, short-term capital gain. Whatever loss comes, short-term. Yes. Very good. Very good, Anjana. Your answer is correct. Sale of depreciable asset. Sure, you are going to do super well in the exam. God bless you. Consistency. मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ. Those students who all are live here, make sure whatever happens, you are listening. Ma'am, we heard yesterday also, but थोड़ा 20% ऊपर से गया. It's okay. That video is there in YouTube. You can watch again. But when you are sitting on desk with laptop, or even if you're watching on mobile, make sure you make it full screen and properly you're sitting and watching. It will make an amazing difference in your learning. You know, whenever depreciable assets are sold, ma'am, but this depreciable asset has plant and machinery, which I sold after 8 years. I don't know, 6 years, 8 years. Whenever block is closed, प्रॉफिट शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन, लॉस शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल लॉस. ठीक है, चलो. So what I have completed teaching you, dear students, market linked debentures and specified mutual funds. I think if you remember this much part also very important, they are taxable as short term capital gain. Other than this, listed securities, units of UTI. You know, like we have shares in the company, you can have units in the mutual fund. Zero coupon bonds, I'll tell you a little later about zero coupon bonds. Excluding market linked debentures and units of specified mutual fund. ये दोनों को छोड़ के rest all, if they are held for short term capital asset, then 12 months. If they are held for more than 12 months, long term. Are you all with me? Yeah. Listed securities, units of UTI, zero coupon bonds. ये एग्जाम में बहुत पूछते हैं. I don't know why it's so important. If you check, there's a playlist CA MTP RTP solved of last 5-6 years. Even for CMA students, it's solved. CMA students, before the answers are released, I've solved the paper also. So you can check over there this question. Zero coupon bonds. If shall I explain what is zero coupon bonds now? ठीक है, आगे आएगा शेयर्स में, तब कर लेंगे. So zero coupon bonds, if they are held for less than 12 months and sold short term, more than 12 months, long term. Right? Okay? Yeah. Next is what? Unlisted shares. Okay? Unlisted shares which are not listed in stock exchange, STT is not charged, and land and building. If it is held for less than equal to 24 months or 2 years, short term. If you hold the building for 2 years and 4 months and then you sell it, it's long term. Units of debt oriented mutual fund. This was equity oriented. Many times it is called as ELSS, equity linked saving scheme and all. So debt oriented mutual fund kya hai? Where the mutual fund invest in the debt market or unlisted securities other than shares. Unlisted shares to idhar aage. Unlisted securities other than shares and other assets. I want all of you to write in other asset. What we will write it? Plot, jewelry. Yeah. If you hold it for less than up to 36 months, short term. More than 36 months, long term. Clear? Right. Short term mein there is no indexation applicable. Long term mein it is applicable. First you tell me, is this much clear to all of you? Isko ek block mein banate hain. Can we say this orally? Listed shares, zero coupon bond, units of mutual fund, equity link, less than 12 months, short term, more than 12 months, long term. Land, building, unlisted shares, less than 24 months, short term, otherwise long term. Unlisted securities other than unlisted shares, debt oriented mutual funds, and jewelry, open plot. All this, whenever you hold it for 36 months and sell it, long term, otherwise short term. And again, I'm repeating the amendment. Debentures which are market linked and specified mutual funds, whenever they are sold, whatever is the profit, it's short term capital gain only. ठीक है? Right. अब वो कैसे टैक्स होगा, that should also be clear to all of you. Okay? Right. आ जाएगा अभी. What is the tax on shares? Shares where STT is charged. If it is short-term capital gain on shares, 111A. Yes, 15%. Long-term capital gain on shares. How many of you remember? I've already covered all this in the first class. Normal income, normal, and special income, special. Right? Short-term capital gain on shares where STT is charged 15% flat. Long-term capital gain up to 1 lakh, additional exemption over and above basic exemption. Say someone is having long-term capital gain 4 lakh. तो 2.5 लाख तो वैसे ही एग्जेम्प्ट है. नेक्स्ट 1.5 में 1 will be exempt. नेक्स्ट 50,000 पे you have to pay 10%. I'm again repeating one very important part which is asked in true and false. आगे भी कहीं ना कहीं लिखा होगा. Whenever listed shares are sold, okay, short term है तो 15%, long term 10%, they'll give you STTs paid. STT is not allowed as expense. STT is not allowed as expense. Clear to all of you? Yeah. Just 5 minutes, take up this table, and then we will go to how to compute capital gain, exemption, if there is compulsory acquisition for every concept. I have solved an example on my own to clear that concept. So pay attention here. Chalo. Now, other than shares, if there is a short-term capital gain, jewelry you have purchased and after 3 months you have sold, it's taxable at normal slab rate. Long-term capital gain on jewelry and property sold, 20% flat. Is basic exemption available? Yes. It is available from short-term and long-term. Deductions under 80C to 80U. You remember? Gross total income में से deductions you give to get total income. But no deductions are available in long-term capital gain. कोई deduction नहीं मिलेगा. And in short-term capital gain, deductions will be available other than what? Short-term capital gain on shares. So routine short-term capital gain, is it taxable at slab rates? Yes. Then deduction is available. Done? I know I've gone little technical, and thank you so much for listening patiently to this. Once we move ahead, there will be things which are very easy. Anyone is having any doubt in this table? Tax part I am leaving as of now. This is my own made table. ये आपके मोबाइल फोन में भी स्क्रीनशॉट होना चाहिए. Every now and then the students are confused, but I don't want to discuss it now. Let me go to the other part. I'll come back in the end and discuss this. Sure. Chalo. Transfer. See, we are saying capital asset should be transferred. There should be capital asset. It should be transferred. Then capital gain will come. So what do you mean by transfer? Transfer is sale. When I've sold my property to you, my jewelry to you, there's capital gain. Exchange. Can I sell you my property and instead of cash, can you give your jewelry? Yes, for both it will be capital gain. Exchange is nothing but olden days what it used to be called as barter. Next is relinquishment of asset. You know, relinquishment is giving away. Okay, this is my property. Now I'm not the owner of this property. Jisko chahiye le lo, and my younger sister takes. Okay, that's a transfer. Ma'am, you are explaining like English. Then this chapter is like that, capital gain. Had it been business side, I would go add less example, but ye SIA. This one is asked in exam. Extinguishment of right. Write down here. Fire. Depreciable asset lost. Superb example I am giving. 5 marks problem already asked for this. You know, I have plant and machinery in my factory, and say there was a fire and plant and machinery got destroyed. Sab ashes ho gaya. Koi bhi natural calamity, fire, flood. Now, is there insurance? Yes. So my plant and machinery is insured, and insurance company gives me a check of 20 lakhs for my plant and machinery. Have I sold the plant and machinery? No. But insurance company, whatever amount they give, have I received that amount because my rights in the property got extinguished? मेरे rights खत्म हो गए property में. समझ में आ रहा है? I'm going in some sequence. Pay attention. I know some of you are feeling कि मैम ऐसा लग रहा है पूरा theory पढ़ा रहे हैं, but at least 10 minutes more it is like that. Then when I shift to problems, you will enjoy more. What do you mean by extinguishment? When my plant and machinery got destroyed, now I can't manufacture goods. मेरे तो rights ही खत्म हो गए in that property. It got extinguished. Insurance company gives 20 lakhs. Can I take it as sale consideration? And suppose WDV of this plant and machinery is 18 lakhs. Can I deduct? Yes. 2 lakhs, can I take it as short-term capital gain? 5 marks, problem over. If you want, you are having this material, then write this example. Please write this example. Yes, some of you, if you are having confusion for that ULIP gain and all, sure, when I start other source, I'll revise that and then take. Saturday also class is there for other source. And for salary, there's a beautiful gift from my side. You will get it in the Telegram. Salary classes on Monday. Take the gift on Sunday and join the live class on Monday. Chale? Right. Compulsory acquisition of land. This is happening so much. My shop is compulsory acquired by government because metro pillar is going from there. Shamshabad Airport in Hyderabad. Compulsory land is taken. Yes. So this is all transfer. Conversion of capital asset into stock in trade. Conversion of the capital asset into stock in trade. This I will discuss separately with example because problems are asked. Maturity of zero coupon bonds. Bonds is like debentures. Zero coupon. Coupon means there is no interest in zero coupon bonds. Zero coupon bonds, ITBI, deep discount bonds. These are issued at 85. For 6 years, keep quiet. You will not get interest twice a year. No. But on maturity, you will get 100. So is this 15 rupees income? Answer is yes. I hope you all are getting. Zero coupon bonds are those debentures on which twice a year you don't get interest. Ma'am, then keep quiet. If they are issued for 6 years, keep quiet. They have already issued at deep discount, 85. On maturity, you will get 100. 15 rupees is expense for company, capital gain for the SSA. Next, possession of immovable property in part performance of the contract. I've sold the property to you. You gave me the token amount. I trusted you. The registration and the paperwork might, right now it's February. The registration and paperwork have completed on 15th April and legally property is transferred to you on 15th April. But it so happened February, you gave me the full amount. First you gave token money, then you gave full amount. I said, oh, you gave full amount, then take the keys. Nice, Basant Panchami is coming, Ugadi is coming. You want to open your store? Take it. So, in part performance of the contract, if amount is received, if the property is transferred, can we tax it now? Even though legally I am the owner till 15th of April? Yes. And beneficial enjoyment of immobile property, this I have already told you. When you own flats and all, then in the flat owning also, what happens is that when you are the owner of the flat, you are also enjoying beneficial ownership of undivided share of the land in the flat. Okay. So what is gist of all this? Ma'am, we knew ki transfer is only sale. Now have you broadened yourself? Oh, exchange, relinquishment, extinguishment, compulsory acquisition, all this is also transfer. All this also is taxable under capital gain. Now I'll read out this list very fast. It's asked in simple true and false and all. This is the list of transfer wherein there is a transfer of property, but it is exempt under section 46-47. It is not taxable. If you want, write this word exempt and circle it in your material. Have you received your material? Can you comment below? Chalo. Distribution of the capital asset by company to shareholders at the time of liquidation. See, shareholders, dear students, shareholders, you are the owners of the company. But company is shutting down, liquidating. So instead of your share, we are giving you this asset. Is this a transfer? Shareholders have surrendered the shares and he has got some land, kuch to kuch mila hai, on liquidation. Is it a transfer? Yes. Is it taxable as capital gain? No. Distribution of capital asset at the time of partition of HUF. There's an HUF in which Karta is there and co-partner 1, 2, 3 are there. And they have this ancestral property, which they have given to Taj Hotel for functions and weddings and all. Now they have partitioned the property. So each holder gets 1/4 share. So whenever there's a transfer of asset from HUF to the co-partners, can we say to HUF, nahi, aapko capital gain lagega? No, it's exempt. Distribution of capital asset under a gift or a will or irrevocable trust. You know, when you get the capital asset by way of someone has made the will, Dadaji has made the will that directly all my property should be given to my grandson and so on. Transfer of capital asset by holding to subsidiary, subsidiary to holding, amalgamation, demerger. It's a very simple list. So capital asset by Government of India, conversion of bonds into debentures, exempt. Sometimes, you know, bonds are issued for 6 years. After 6 years, it's time for redemption of bonds. But the company is not having money. So the company is saying, instead of bonds, can we convert your bonds into debentures? Yeah. So conversion of bonds into debentures is exempt. Conversion of preference shares into equity shares, exempt. Transfer of units by unit holder. You know, in mutual fund, earlier you were in this scheme, now you are in this scheme. ऐसे घूमते रहते हैं, it's not taxable. Conversion of partnership firm into a company. Nowadays, partnership firms are converted into LLP, LLPs are converted into private company. All this is not taxable. And इसको 5 star खिलाओ, ये MCQ में आता है, true and false में आता है. Is transfer of painting, artwork and all taxable? Yes. But if you are transferring it to a national museum, exempt. You know, there was like a building constructed at your open plot and some antique Buddha statue is recovered. Okay. Now, instead of keeping confined to you because ye to mere ghar mein se recover hua hai, in Hyderabad, we have a world famous museum called as Salarjung Museum. So that Buddha statue we donated to the museum. Let every visitor come and see this statue, antique statue. So have I sold that antique? No. Have I transferred it to National Museum? Yes. Will this transfer be taxable? No. Are my examples clear to all of you? Right? This one is added now. Conversion of physical gold in e-gold. And then when you want to sell, e-gold is converted into physical gold. Is it a transfer? Yes. Is it exempt? Yes. Okay? Right. Chalo. Now there are few things like, okay, this one also I'll make it clear. Otherwise, scroll up, scroll down, mein hi time jayega. Yeah. All of you should attend every day. Know why some of you are attending? Like Tushar, I didn't see you yesterday. You were there day before yesterday. Pallavi dear, you all should join every day. And this material, if you want, these notes, if you want, then they are available in concept classes. You need to pay charges for this material, nominal charges, no shipping charges. And within 3 working days, you will receive it. Okay? Right. प्लीज डोंट गो फॉर ऑल दिस शॉपिंग. मैम तो अच्छा खासा ही पढ़ा रहे हैं, ये मटेरियल वो पीडीएफ. बेटा ऐसे सब जगह से मटेरियल सिर्फ जमा मत करो. जस्ट वॉट एवर यू फॉलो, one teacher, one material. I'm not saying follow me, but whoever you follow, just that will bring awesome result in the exam, dear. ठीक है? I will, in my way, can I explain the concept of reverse mortgage in just 5 minutes because this topic is important and 4 marks problem. You know what? Senior citizens, they are staying in their house, but at the age of seniority, 60, 80, they stop getting regular income because they are no longer working as employed, they are no longer doing their business. This property where they themselves are staying, they can stay till they are alive, but this is mortgage to bank. You know what is mortgage to bank? हाँ, अब हम हनुमान जी तो है नहीं कि हम वो पूरा पहाड़ उठा के लेके आए संजीवनी के लिए. So property we can't say bank keep the property as guarantee. Can we pick up the property and give? No. Property senior citizen are staying and enjoying, but the original papers of the property are mortgaged with the bank. You cannot sell the property without the permission of the bank. That's called as mortgage. Clear to all of you? Now, in reverse mortgage, there's a beautiful scheme made for senior citizen by government. They said you mortgage your house with the bank. Let bank pay you your sale consideration in the form of monthly, quarterly installment as and how you need the money for meeting up your day-to-day job. Now, senior citizen, oh, against property, bank is giving money. Let me put in cryptocurrency. Can you do speculation out of this money? No. Now, what's the end of this? Once the senior citizens are deceased, the bank will sell the property, recover their loan with interest, and if there is excess amount, they will hand it over to whoever is the legal heir of that deceased senior citizen. If the legal heir says, no, this is my father's ancestral property, bank, you cannot take like that, then bank is saying, okay, this was just mortgaged by your father and we were paying him monthly EMI interest ke saath, that you return back with interest, whatever we have paid to your father, and this property is yours. Now, why we are studying story like all this in income tax? Yeah, here in capital gain. When the senior citizen has mortgaged the house, if you look at in-depth picture, actually senior citizen has transferred the house to bank. Yes or no? Yeah, this transfer is exempt. We are in capital gain chapter. If the bank has given sale consideration in installments to the senior citizen, exempt. Sub exempt, provided it's you are doing it in the senior citizen scheme. Now clear to all of you? चल एक बार पढ़ो मेरे साथ, it will be clear. Reverse mortgage scheme, you can read, it's maximum for 20 years and all. I have written in bold, transfer of the capital asset. देखो मैंने bold में लिख दिया है. Transfer of the capital asset in reverse mortgage scheme notified by central government. It is not a transfer. An amount received by senior citizen as loan or installment, that is also exempt. Is this clear to all of you? Will you score 2 marks full if this is asked in MCQ or true and false? Case studies for CA students. Right. So is this all clear to all of you? Right. All right. Now, let us solve. See, this was the question asked for 3 marks in exam and you had to write 2 lines. Ma'am, if I write 2 points, will I get 3 marks? Yes. There's no correlation between length and marks. Thank you so much for mentioning all clear now. Now we are going to the pumping heart of this chapter. I think almost 1 hour is over, but ye base zaruri tha. Listen, if I say compute business income, how will you start? Net profit, add n less. When to add, when to less? Yesterday's class, I have taught you. If I say compute income from house property, how will you start? GAV, municipal taxes, NAV, start. You know the format. Like that, how do you calculate the capital gain? That format I am teaching you now. It's already printed in your material. Sale consideration. Less expenses on transfer. You know, when you transfer, you give advertisement, you do paperwork, you do traveling, you pay brokerage to the agent who helped you to sell your building. Oh my God. I thought the phone is on silent. 1 second, dear student. 1 second, 1 second. Such a flow I was teaching, the suddenly changed my phone yesterday only. All right, Aja. Okay, so what I was teaching, what is the sale consideration that you have to start with? Less expenses on transfer. It's a challenge that the way I'll give you example for exemptions, it will be super clear, but I'm going little in depth. So keep patience and stay connected. Sale consideration, less expenses. Okay. Net sale consideration. Then if it is long term, you take index cost. Now what is index cost? I will explain. Yeah. Index cost of acquisition, index cost of improvement, and long-term capital gain. Okay. Right. And then to avoid the long-term capital gain, say you have sold a house and you buy another house, then exemption under 54B2GB. How? That we will see. Same way, short-term. Sale consideration. less expenses, net sale consideration, less cost of acquisition and improvement, you will get short-term capital gain. Okay, what's the difference in short term? In short term, you don't do index directly, you take the cost. Okay, let me explain you the format here, what I have used for short term and long term. We will do one thing, that important and practical part we are doing first now with examples. Okay, indexation kahan hoga? Long term capital asset, jewelry held for 3 years and sold, indexation. Land and building held for more than 2 years and sold, indexation, and so on. So computation of index cost of acquisition and improvement. Okay, every year, for every year, that is called as cost inflation index. We call it in Hindi as mehengai. You have heard some dialogues at your home that in our time, in 100 rupees we used to get this much of vegetable, and this now you're not getting and all. So that's what it is. What was available in 100 rupees in 2001 and 2, in 23-24 it is available for 348 rupees. Is the indexation clear to you? These rates you don't have to learn, dear students, they are given in exam. Indexation rates you don't have to learn. Just see the coming 15 minutes. I have given step by step exact presentation. If every problem you present it like that, you will never do mistake in indexation. And I don't know, my general observation, when I correct the mock test paper, Hyderabad branch also conducts. So when I've corrected my experience, students score 6 out of 6, 8 out of 8 in capital gain problem. Sometimes they are doing mistake in exemption part. Still you get stepwise max if your format is correct, if you have done the indexation correctly. Okay. Now how to use the indexation, let us see. For that I've just solved one problem. Okay. This is just an example problem to give you a grip on the format. And this is not a practice batch, revision batch. So I'm explaining orally. Anyone listening to this class feels you want to learn the detailed version, then watch the Sarathi practice batch videos. Playlist is there in August, September 23. Detailed, I have taught 3 to 4 classes capital gain. Okay? D purchased a building in 19 and he has sold it in 20 within 1 year for 1,20,000. Expenses related to transfer is 10,000. Net sale consideration is 110. Followed all of you? Sale consideration less expenses related to transfer, net sale consideration. Super duper easy format. Now, what's the cost of acquisition in 19? 80,000. After purchasing the building, he added one more floor to it. Cost of acquisition is my purchase value. I purchased the building in 80,000. But cost of improvement is after buying the asset. Did I do some addition to that in the nature of capital expenditure? Then it's called cost of improvement. So what is the cost of improvement? 20,000. And what is the gain? Short-term capital gain. Clear to all of you, right? Yeah. Presentation clear hai? Because it is short term, just deduct the cost of acquisition, cost of, and you get the capital gain. And this short term capital gain, because you have sold a property, this will be taxable at normal slab rates. Had it been short term capital gain on shares, it will be taxable at 15%. Clear to all of you? Right. Now, suppose it is long term. You have purchased the property in 2014 and you have sold in 2020. Our financial year is 23-24. Our index rate is 348 for this year. But this is just an example solved, so I have taken earlier. What's the sale consideration? 120. Same data. What's the expenses? 10,000. What's the net sale consideration? 1,10,000. Now, cost 80,000. I have purchased it in 2012 and 13. 1 minute. Check what is the index rate for 12 and 13. 200. 2012 and 13. Are you all with me? 80,000 asset you have purchased in 2012 and 13. I am teaching you some logic which takes little patience, but this is give feedback of the students. When I will reach 54 and 54F also, you will say, ma'am, wonderful technique, koi formula learn nahi karna. Even in costing, you don't have to mug up the formula under root EOQ. If you know the concept, it will take little time to have a grip on the concept. Once synced, it's going to be awesome. ठीक है? And if your answer is correct, you are going to get marks. तो ध्यान से देखो, when I purchased in 2012 and 13, CII was 200. CII will be given in exam. In 1920 or in 20, whatever date it is given, when I have sold in 1920, it is 289. देख लो, 1920 289. ठीक है? So what was available in 200 in 2012 and 13 is available in 289 in 19 and 20. Are you all with me? What is available for 200 rupees, just the CII concept, in 12 and 13 is available for 289 in 19 and 20. So what is available for 80,000? What is its cost? 80,000 is the cost in 2012 and 13, and I have sold it in 19 and 20. Tab cost 80,000 tha. What is the खींच के stressed cost today? What was available in 200 has become 289. So what was available in 80,000? Kitna? Cross multiply. How many of you have already completed average clause in insurance claims? There also we cross multiply. Closing stock 10,000. After salvage, loss of the stock 2,000. Stock insured is 6,000. Proportionate claim only you will get. If you feel I'm confusing, don't watch last 5 minutes. Delete. But if you can correlate, appreciate it. So 80,000 into 289 divide by 200. Ma'am, what's the formula? 80,000. 200 has become 289. 80,000 has become how much? This. And now if I keep the gap here for writing the formula, what will I write? Cost of the asset. Ye dekho. Cost of the asset into CII of the transfer. The year which you have cost into index of the year of transfer. Divide by CII of the date of purchase. CII of the date of purchase. Is the formula clear to all of you? Tell me, is it clear? Yes. 200 has become 289. 80,000 has become how much? Ho gaya. And so this is the cost of acquisition. Same way improvement. When did I do improvement? 15. If it is August 15, take 15, 16. If it is March 15, take 14, 15. Dhyan se lena, financial year. Now, for August 15 and 16, what is the index? 254. 1 second, and this date was actually 14 and 15. 14 and 15 ka dekho. 240. Yeah, the dates have not changed. 14 and 15. 240 has become 289. So 20,000 has become how much? 20,000 into 289 divided by 240. It takes so much of effort. I have only done all the checking, and every now and then RFA change, either change, computation of income change. It's like I teach accounts costing, but there hardly we need to change the material every month. Of course, we change it yearly to add the latest trend. But income tax, whatever you do is not enough. But I hope the gist is clear. चलो वापस करते हैं. So 240 has become 289. 20,000 has become how much? 20,000 into 289 divided by 240. This is index cost of acquisition, index cost of improvement, and gain or loss. If it is loss, put in bracket. If it is gain. Now, because this is long-term capital gain, it will be chargeable at 20% tax. Clear to all of you? Yes. Here also they have added one amendment which I have given in bold. Cost of acquisition and cost of improvement will not include deductions included in interest in house property or 80 AA. Okay. Let me explain. When I take housing loan, am I paying interest? Yes. In self-occupied property and all, are we deducting interest? Yes. Then same interest can we add in the cost of the building, and when we sell it, can we deduct it again? No. Huh? A part of the interest is also deductible over the house property in 80 AA. You may not understand if you have not done deductions now, but just understand simple thing. If I have taken housing loan, if I have paid interest, I've already deducted in house property. Now, can I say building cost is 50 lakhs, but interest 1 lakh 51 lakh? Array interest I have already deducted 1 lakh in house property. So how much building cost will I deduct now? 50 lakhs or 51 lakhs? 50 lakhs. You can't take double deductions. That's the gist of this amendment for financial year 23-24. And index benefits are not available on bonds, debentures, all. Sale of the shares to non-resident. Depreciable asset, there is no indexation. Slum sale is a beautiful concept I'll teach. उसमें कोई indexation नहीं है. Long term capital gain on shares, जहाँ STT charge हो रहा है, no indexation. Okay. Cost of improvement. Okay. Now, did you observe one thing? Capital gain is really a very vast topic. I have to still go to the slum sale and exemptions and main part which is asked in exam. Students have the feedback कि मैम business head बड़ा है, but as a teacher I say capital gain is easy, but the basket is this much wide. ये भी है, वो भी है, वो भी है. Okay, all of you listen and answer to me. CIR starting from 2001 and 2. If I purchase the property in 90,000 and the cost is 20,000, now how do I take the indexation? Bolo. 1 second, screen is getting stuck. 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, please check and tell me. Did you get my question? What did I ask you on? In 2001 and 2, the CIIs are given. But if the asset is purchased in 1995 for 20,000, now what will you do? अब क्या करोगे आप? 1995 तो index was not there. Then they have given a beautiful way out. Cost of the asset, that is 20,000, or they will give you the fair market value. Okay, they'll give you the fair market value. Say fair market value on 1st April 2001 is 50,000. Whichever is higher, you can take. It's a challenge to do revision of capital gain. It requires lot of patience from Dipti ma'am also and from you all students also. क्योंकि थोड़ा बहुत सारा डेटा है इसमें. हाँ, so did you? But I'm going slow with examples. I'm clearing the concept. If cost is 20,000, but in 95 CII rates were not there. CII rate started in 2001 and 2, and that's 50,000. Now how do I go by? Can I take cost or FMV, whichever is higher, and now can I start with 100? CII cost inflation index is 100 and now it is 348. 100 has become 348. 50,000 has become how much? 50,000 into 348 divided by 100. Finish. Ma'am, all this is asked in exam. Yes. Check this problem. This is solved example. If the asset is purchased before 1st April 2001, then cost of acquisition will be taken higher of the actual cost or FMV, and indexation will start from 2001. How did I bring this? Look at the screen. मैंने इसको खींच के 1st April 2001 तक लेके आया. If there is any improvement in 1997 before 1 for 2001, ignore. Ma'am, this dialogue we have heard from every teacher. If there is cost of improvement before 1 for 2001, ignore. But T5, but why? The reason is, when I am taking the fair, suppose I have purchased a ground floor in 1995. In 1997, I have built up first floor. Now, when I am taking fair market value on 2001, I am taking the value of ground floor and first floor all for 50,000. Then why I need to take the improvement again? See, logics take time, but then you all are very smart. That's why you are in Inter. Otherwise, foundation say exit ho gaya rehta. Foundation is not easy now. Writing 100 marks paper, you all have come till here. So are you getting what I'm saying? What is cost of improvement? See, I'll give you this example. Okay, right. He has purchased the asset in 1992 for 25,000 and he sold it in 2019 for 20 lakhs. So this is sold for 20 lakhs. Now, 1992 it is purchased for 20,000. But what's the fair market value in 2001? 50,000. So cost or FMV, whichever is higher. Clear? And whichever is higher, now 50,000 is the cost in 100. तब कितना था indexation? 100. Now how much is the indexation? Say in 1920 when it is sold 289. 100 has become 289. 50,000 question mark. You got the capital gain. If there is improvement done in 1997, ignore. Improvement ignore karo. Kyun? In case the capital asset, land and building and all, then of course the fair market value cannot exceed the stamp duty value. Stamp duty value is the value obtained from government office. And fair market value is ki around our property, same kind of property, what rate it is sold. So fair market value can't exceed the stamp duty value. But you have to take that. Yes. Cost of improvement before 2001 is ignored because it's already covered in the improvement. Okay, right. This is also one of the simple concept. So many times I received the property as gift in 2005. I received the property as gift from my grandfather. What is the cost of the gifted property? Nil. I sold it in 2023-24. Sold. What's the property's cost for me? Ma'am, it's gift. Gift ka koi cost hota hai? It's precious. It's valuable. My Dadaji gifted me this property. So can I take the cost of the previous owner, PO? Who is previous owner? Dadaji, grandfather. When did he buy the property? Say 2002. So can I take the cost of the previous owner who has purchased the property? Yes. Only in case of gift and will. Can I take the indexation also from 2002 because I am taking cost? Yes, it's allowed. That's the gist of this. You can read it. Again, see, wo Dadaji wala hi example. For every logic, I have printed one example. And that example is in the question and answer form. If you read, it will be clear. Raj gifted property to Mrs. Raj in 16 and 70. Is this a transfer? Yes. But gift is exempt. What's the fair market value? 20 lakhs. Ignore. Mrs. Raj sold the same property to Kaushik. 35 lakhs. Yeah. Is it a transfer? Yes. Here it was exempt. Here it is taxable because gift within the relative is exempt. So 35 lakhs. Taxable. Kaushik ko sold kiya. Now, Mrs. Raj has sold the property to Kaushik. What's the cost for Mrs. Raj? Cost for his husband, previous owner. Kitna? See the way I'm writing. My presentation, you will see exactly same from this problem to the 45th problem at the end. When did you get the property as gift? 2016. But when did the previous owner purchase it? 2008-9. Okay. And now when did you transfer? 23-24. 8-9 mein what was the CII? 137. See the way I am presenting. Cost, year, CII. 137 has become 348. What was available in 137 हमारे जमाने में 2008-9 has become 348 in 23-24. Then 6 lakhs has become how much? 6 lakhs into 348 divided by 137. This is how you get the capital. Take a pause and tell me, is it all clear to all of you? See, this it's a challenging task for me also. And as a teacher, I'm being very honest, very honest. I can say, ये ऊपर से capital gain में पढ़ लो, but then result will not come. Unless you know capital gain full, you will not get the result, dear students. Okay? This cost of acquisition in certain cases we will skip now. Abhi ke liye. Yeah, let us take up certain special cases. All clear? Thank you so much. Chalo. Certain special cases I am taking. First one is the very clear when insurance company you have not sold the property, but WDV itna tha, insurance company gave 6 lakh and extinguishment of right, it's taxable. Chalo. Now one concept, one example and 2-3 problems. Okay? Pay attention, you will enjoy now. It's all practical part. Capital asset is converted into stock in trade. I was having jewelry, but now I have started a jewelry ka showroom and my own gold and diamond and silver necklace, I have put it as my stock. So when I converted my capital asset into stock in trade, is it a transfer? Capital asset is bye-bye. Business ke liye it is purchase. Is it a transfer? Yes. But is it taxable now? No. Because my personal jewelry is brought in business. Abhi tak it is not sold in business. The year when it is sold in business, that time I will tax it as transfer also and business income also. Take your time. These are the pointers. This is the example and this is the way you need to answer. Okay. It comes within the ambit of transfer. Capital gain is calculated in the year of sale of stock in trade. Sale consideration is the FMV. Even though tax liability is deferred, indexation can be claimed only till year of transfer. When did you convert it into? See, I'll explain with an example and then read the point. This is my own way. You will not get this kind in any book. That this is the concept. This is the solved example. Then फिर उससे related problems. फिर हम next concept में जाएंगे. फिर उसके examples आएंगे. Compensation of compulsory request. After this, we will take a break. Okay. So just pay attention here. 2002 and 3, I purchased a property for 5 lakh. 16 and 17, I started property business, buying and selling. Real estate का business शुरू कर दिया मैंने. And I converted my personal property and plot also into stock in trade. Is this a transfer? Yes. Transfer definition says when personal asset is converted into business asset, yes, it is a transfer. What's the fair market value? 8 lakh. But no tax is payable. Array, until now, I have not received any money from the sale. How do I pay capital gain tax? अभी capital gain किधर से pay करूं? पहले sale तो हो, right? Yeah. 23-24, that property got sold for 9 lakhs as stock in trade. And in business, how much I have taken as cost? Fair market value of the asset on the day you convert it into stock in trade is taken as sale consideration here and cost of acquisition for your business. Sale consideration here, cost of acquisition for your business. So business, in my store, they said, Ajao. Property came in how much? 8 lakh. Sold in how much? 9 lakh. 1 lakh is what? Business income. See here. Sale of the land as business. 9 lakhs. Cost kitna tha? Fair market value. The day you got in business, that day what was the... See, if you have purchased the land from others and sold, you must have purchased in FMV, 8 lakh. This time you purchased from yourself, 8 lakh. Le lo. 1 lakh is business income. Now, can I pay the capital gain in 23-24? Ma'am, but property is transferred in 16-17. Why we are paying capital gain in 23-24? Because the amount of sale consideration has come in 23-24. But indexation only till the year of transfer. Ab dekho. What's the sale consideration the day personal asset is converted into business? What's the fair market value? Yes. This is the sale consideration here, and for business, this will be the cost. Up. Originally, when I converted the property in stock in trade, it was purchased in how much? 5 lakh. Which year? 2002-3. What was the index? 105. When it was converted into stock in trade, 1670. I want to repeat this dialogue. Though tax liability is deferred to 23-24, indexation can be claimed only in the year of transfer. Nice, clear to all of you? Right. And so there is long-term capital loss. And long-term capital loss cannot be set off in business income. So we are carrying it forward. Take your time, take this example, check your watches. It's 12:54, 6 minutes of break. I think I'm going very slow today. I don't know I'll be able to cover up everything or not. If not, we'll continue capital gain for one more class tomorrow. But right now, exactly 5 minutes of break. Hawa kha ke aao, pani pi ke aao. Yesterday only I said capital gain is lengthy, and we started also little late today. Yes. Chalo, we'll take a break. You can check this example, any doubt you have, and after coming, I'll continue. Okay, are you all also back? Anyone is having any doubt? Then ask, please. Is this concept clear to you? Huh? When the property is converted into stock in trade, till that date only is the year of transfer, indexation will be allowed. But this capital gain will be taxed when you sell the property in your business, property, jewelry, any stock in trade. Yeah. And the sale consideration for the capital gain, the day you convert your asset into stock in trade, what's the fair market value? That's the sale consideration here. Okay. And that's the cost in the business. I really want a feedback from all of you, whether you're watching it as a recording or as a live. These pointers, then this example made by my own, and then these are the solved problems. Is this foolproof? Is it clear or not? All clear? चलो फिर आगे करते हैं. Next concept. Many students, they leave the capital gain chapter. I'll tell you literally, अरे ये छोड़ देते हैं मैडम. It's not, it doesn't work. Okay, these are all conversion problems. Now we don't have time to check all that. Now I'm going to the next concept, that is compensation received on compulsory acquisition. I've not sold my property, but it is compulsory acquired by government. So is it like a transfer? Yes. How will you take it? Check the example and tell me. Building is purchased in 2012. In April 2016, it is compulsory acquired by Government of India. Do I have to pay any capital gain tax? No. In January 2017, sale consideration was decided. Government said, okay, per square feet, we will give you this consideration. No tax. September 2023, okay, government gave the compensation. Now, which year am I going to pay the tax? 23, 24. अरे पैसे तो मिले हैं. Once I receive the sale consideration, I will pay the tax. So when did I receive the sale consideration? 23, 24. So capital gain when we will pay? 23, 24. But indexation allowed only till 15, 16. क्योंकि 1st April तो government acquired it. So only till 15, 16 the indexation will be allowed. All of you are clear? Right. And then I fought, and in April 24, government paid me additional compensation also. Okay. Ye part I will check little later. Is the example clear to all of you? Now let us solve it. Okay. Government gave you how much consideration? 8 lakhs. Okay. When it was compulsory acquired by government, 1670. Though we are paying the capital gain tax in 23-24, indexation for sale consideration will be allowed only till 16-17, because 16-17 the property is transferred. Okay? Right. Now, when the property was acquired for 5 lakh in 12 and 13. So 12 and 13, 5 lakh, it's 200. Okay. 200, what was available in 12 and 13, in 16 and 17 it has become 264. So 5 lakh will be like question mark, how much? And so you get the capital gain. Are you all with me? When government compulsory acquires the property, it is taxed in the year when you receive the consideration, but indexation will be allowed only till the date of sale. Okay. 30th of April 2024, next year I received enhanced compensation, 1 lakh. What will be the cost? Nothing, because whole cost I have deducted here only. So will it be taxable as long-term capital gain? Yes. 1 lakh is a part of 8 lakh. एक की जगह अगर 9 lakh मिलते तो भी 2,40,000 ही आता ना. So 140 is taxed here. Additional compensation is taxable in the next year, but very well it is taxable. Okay, clear to all of you? Additional enhanced compensation, whenever it is received, it is taxable, cost is going to be nil because whole cost you have deducted up. Okay, because I got enhanced compensation late, whereas my property was taken here only in 16. What will be the interest if they receive? Interest will be taxable in income from other sources with 50% standard deduction. Whenever your property is compulsory acquired by government, and if they pay you the sale consideration late, indexation will, I mean, say interest you will receive. This interest will be taxable in income from other sources, 50% standard deduction. Same way I have solved 2-3 more problems with this concept. Okay, right? So compulsory acquisition is over. Now let us go to the third concept. These are all beautiful ways of extraordinary problem, but I am taking exactly the problem which are repeated in exam. 1 minute. I don't know why it's going blank today. ये blank है नहीं. 1 second. I'll close the file and yeah, for enhanced compensation, if you have paid legal charges, very nice question. So many times I hired an advocate and I said, nahi, nahi, 8 lakh kam hai, aap lado, I will pay you. Huh? So in that case, enhanced compensation will be taxable. Okay? Yeah. So those legal expenses will be deducted. Shall I show you in the example? Ye dekho. Enhanced compensation mila hai 8 lakh. In that expenses are there 40,000, 7,60,000, and 7,60,000 mein cost will be nil because pura cost idhar deduct ho gaya. So enhanced compensation also, if you have incurred any cost, it's deducted. Interest where it is taxable, income from other sources. And what will be the deduction? Standard deduction 50%. I don't know why it's going blank. 1 second. I'll close the file and open. Already we are late and a little more time we need. I have to complete the exemptions also, or we can do other tidbits and exemption part we can take tomorrow. 1 minute. I've closed the file and I'm opening again. Give me 2 minutes time. We'll be doing it. Okay, let us continue. Yeah, these are all the problems for compulsory acquisition. So what gist we have studied, this is asked in MCQs. Both of these table, 1 minute, because I have reopened the file. Again, I have to start the marker. MCQs में पूछते हैं क्या है ये देखो. Exception to the year of transfer. Whenever you transfer the asset, but capital gain will be taxable when you receive the money, like insurance compensation. If the property is destroyed in fire, and insurance company will give you the money after 3 years, 3 years के बाद tax होगा. But indexation only till the year of transfer. Conversion of capital asset into stock in trade in 2016-17, but stock in sold in 23-24. So when will you pay the capital gain? 23-24. But index kahan tak milega? 16-17, because the day you convert your personal property into the stock in trade, it's equal to transfer. Compulsory acquisition, year of the receipt of the compensation or enhanced compensation. ठीक है? Right? So even though the property was compulsory acquired in 2018, but the first compensation you received in 23-24, तो कब tax होगा? 23-24. Same way, exception for sale consideration. Conversion of capital asset into stock in trade. What's the sale consideration? Fair market value on the date you convert the plot into your stock in trade. Partner or member introducing asset to firm. You know, so many times partner, they bring their car, their furniture, their personal asset into business. Is it transfer of the capital asset for the partner? Yes. What will be the sale consideration? Value which is recorded in books. If partner has brought furniture, generally, what is the fair market value of this furniture? That's recorded in books, and that's what is taken as sale consideration. Same way, in case of closing of the firm, dissolution, asset is taken over by the partner. So, is this a capital gain for the partnership firm? Yes. What will be the sale consideration? Fair market value. Huh? Now, last concept here is conversion of debentures into shares. Any transfer by way of conversion of debentures into shares, it is a transfer. See why this happens. Debentures we have issued for 5 years, we have to redeem after 5 years, but our money is blocked. Can we say to debenture holders, we don't have money to redeem debentures? Is it okay if we convert debenture into shares? Yes. So conversion of debentures into shares is a transfer, but it's exempt. And when shares are sold, do that shareholder have to pay capital gain? Yes, he has to pay the capital gain. Let us see how. Conversion of debentures into shares. Any transfer by way of conversion of debentures into shares, okay, it is a transfer actually, but it's exempt, so they say it's not a transfer. But on sale of these shares, you will have to pay the capital gain. Okay, right. Debentures are purchased in 2013 and 14 for 1,000 rupees. Debentures are converted into shares in 1819. Conversion of debentures into shares is exempt, right? Unlisted shares sold. Now these shares are sold. Sale consideration 5,000. What will be the cost of the shares? Cost of the debenture. Debenture ke badle hi you have got shares, no? When shares are sold, what's the cost of shares? Cost of debenture will be the cost of shares, 1,000. But period of holding and indexation will start from the date of purchase of the, not purchase, date of conversion of the debentures into shares. Because before that, the shares were not born. So 18 and 19, when you converted the debentures into shares, that time you will take. Say that time CI was 280, 23, 24, it's 348. So 280 has become 348, 1,000 has become how much? When debentures are converted into shares, don't pay any tax. When shares are sold, take the cost of shares as cost of debentures, and indexation will start from the day shares are born. Okay, so this is all about the shares here, right? There are more concepts into it, that is slum sale is there, and advance money forfeited is there, and stamp duty is there. Okay, exemptions are there. All that we will do in tomorrow's class. Only shares part I am closing now, so pay attention, but it's very important. So many times you are getting problems related to shares. Okay, right. So capital gain in case of right shares and bonus shares. You know what are right shares? Existing shareholders get shares, but purchase karna padta hai. What is bonus shares? Free of cost you get shares. If you're holding the shares, instead of giving you profit in the form of dividend, if they capitalize the profit out of built-in reserves, accumulated profit, they convert it in shares. Okay, now I'm not going into concept, because that I assume when you are studying this topic, you know the accounting part, you know the law part. Okay, right. Now, if the bonus shares are issued after 1/4/2001, cost of the bonus shares is nil. Can't say how much these examples are asked in MCQ, what I'm teaching now. If they are issued after 2001, cost of the bonus shares is nil. Before that, you have to take FMV. This is just for information you can write. For exam, it's important to take the cost of the bonus shares. Yes, it's free of cost. Good. Period of holding will start from the date of issue of the bonus shares. Okay, right. Now you have 1,000 shares at 10. Bonus is issued 1:2 ratio. One bonus share for every two held. So for 1,000 shares, How many bonus shares will be issued? 500. One share for 2 held. So for 1000, how much? 500. So now total 1500 shares. What's the cost of bonus shares? Nil. Earlier I had 1000 shares for 10,000. Now I have 1500 shares for 10,000. Okay, right. So can I say after the bonus issue, average cost of the share will come down? Earlier it was 10, now it is 6. Ma'am, ये सब आप क्या पढ़ा रहे? This is like beautiful practical aspect and language of income tax. If you have command on this, you will follow the exemptions very well. That I'll take tomorrow, not now. Now, after the first issue, second bonus issue. Already how many shares you had? Say 1500. Now 1:1. So even on the first bonus, will they give the bonus shares? Yes. Followed all of you. See, earlier if someone is saying me, will you sell the shares to me 9 rupees? I'll say, nahi parvadta. I cannot. It will not work out because I've purchased the share in 10. But after bonus, my average cost has come down to 6.67. Now, even if I sell in 9 rupees, I will earn 2.23 like that income. Is it okay? Yes. So see, if bonus shares are acquired, cost of the bonus shares is nil. Same thing I have repeated in the form of example. Now, right shares. Right shares is 110% going to come in exam. Existing shareholders have got a right to acquire the shares. Sometimes they say, oh, we have got a right to acquire, but we don't want to buy. Can I transfer my right? My right to purchase the share, can I give it to my friend? Yeah. So when right shares are renounced, see the language. Right shares are not sold. Right of buying the share that I have sold. So they are renounced. Okay. The cost for the buyer will be what he's paying to me and what he's paying to company. Ma'am, kuch bhi samajh mein nahi aa raha hai. And for me, it will be short-term capital gain cost is nil. This is all a theory. If nothing is clear, absolutely okay. Look at the example now. This is all my own made example. It will make it very clear. Joy is having 1000 shares at the rate of 10. Company offered bonus 1:2. So 500 more shares. Now we have 15 shares of 10,000. Company offered him right issue 1:3. One right share for 3 held. So will you get the right shares on bonus also? Yes. One right share for every 3 held means for 1500 you will get 500 right shares. Joy purchased 60% of the right shares. 60% of the right shares Joy has purchased. 1 second, dear students. So out of 500, 60%, 300 shares Joy purchased at 1500. He is still having the power to purchase 200 shares which he doesn't want to buy. So he renounced the 40% share to Smile. That is 3 rupees में दे दिया. See, this is, I am telling you, 99% of students say this is sale of shares, dear student. Like we speak Gujarati, Telugu, Marathi, Hindi. This is the language of taxation. This is not sale of shares. This is sale of the right. I am Joy. I have right to purchase 200 more shares. I don't want to buy. I'm saying to Smile, Smile, you buy it, no? But because I have sold my right, will I take 3 rupees from Smile? Yes. Is this 600 my income? Yes. What's the cost? Nil. And it's always taxable as short-term capital. If this you remember, 2 marks, MCQs, super duper scoring. Shall I say the gist again? Whenever rights are renounced, whatever sale consideration you get, cost is going to be nil, and this sale consideration is very well taxable as short-term capital gain. Finish. Over and out. Acha, what is the position of Smile? Smile has purchased 200 shares at 15 from the company. Company will give to me 15, company will give to Smile 15. And Smile also paid to Joy 3 rupees. So what is the cost of 200 shares? 18 rupees. Take your time, check this example and let me know if it is clear or not. 8 regular classes make capital gain chapter for Dipti ma'am so that students score 8 out of 8. I could not do fast revision in 2 hours. नहीं कर पाए क्योंकि I cannot skip these examples are so beautiful I cannot skip it. So let me take one day extra, no problem. Monday we'll do income from other sources. Tuesday we'll do salary. It's okay. Anyone is having any doubt or you can get 5 out of 5 marks this kind of question. ये देखो प्रताप 500 shares at 30. ठीक है. On this date, he got a right 1 share for every 5 held. So 100 more right shares. He can buy at 20. Pratap, instead of exercising his right, has exercised his right of renouncing. Okay. Right. He said, I don't want to buy 100 shares. At 20, मिल रहे पर मुझे नहीं चाहिए. He renounced it to Rajat at the rate of 30. So 100 shares, he has sold the right of buying the shares to Rajat and 1300 he received. What's the cost for sale of the rights? Nil. And it will always be treated as short-term capital gain. Acha, Rajat ke liye 100 shares he acquired at 20. For me also 20, for Rajat also 20. And 100 shares pay 13 rupees he paid to me. 1300. So 100 into 33, this is the cost for Rajat. Isn't it beautiful, this concept? One time if you study thoroughly, it will be very clear to all of you. These are all conversion problems. Original shares, first bonus. Sometimes second bonus just received last month and sold. So second bonus is short term, 15%, long term. Like this you have to decide. Okay? Zero coupon bonds, I already said. It is sold at 75 and maturity value is 125 will be capital gain for me. But 5 years I'll not receive any interest. So for me, 25 is capital gain. And for company, 25 is expenditure. They can amortize it over 5 years. Sweat equity shares, ESOP, ma'am, this we study in advanced accounting, journal entry, in law, the concept. ESOPs are company shares given to existing shareholders at less than market value. What's the fair market value? 230. I have given it to my employee at 180. Ma'am, who will bear 50 rupees cost? Company. Company is saying you are very important employee. We are issuing our shares in market at 230, but we will give it to you at 180. So employee got 230 share in 180. I have not taught you salary chapter yet, but waterfall. Employer to employee, it's a waterfall. Employer has given any benefit to employee, salary and allowance and perquisite, it is taxable. Employee got 230 ka share in 180. Is 50 rupees benefit coming to employee? Yes, it will be taxable for employee as perquisite. Now when employee sells the shares after 2-3 years, what will be the cost? 180? No. Ma'am, he purchased the share in 180, no. But on 50 rupees, he paid, no. What did he pay? On 50 rupees, he has paid the tax as perquisite. So whenever he sells, he can deduct the cost 230. This is beautiful in-depth learning. One concept of bonus, one example. अभी हमने किया ना bonus. फिर ये conversion of debentures, फिर example. फिर right now, zero coupon bonds example. Sweat equity shares. I want you all to take it very thoroughly. Example 7 का problem भी था. 1 minute. होगा कहीं ना कहीं उसका problem भी था. Yeah. Okay, it's there in the salary chapter. Once again, I want to repeat. 230 share when employee is getting at 180. 50 rupees will be perquisite for employee. When he sells the shares, instead of 180, the cost deducted is 230 because 50 rupees per tax also he has paid. And all the shares are held in electronic account. That's like your bank account, demat account, dematerialized account with the share agent, right? And whenever you sell the shares, nothing given, we need to follow FIFO method. First in, first out. And this I have written in bold because this is a wonderla slide. Girna nahi hai isme. They will say shares are sold for 50,000, STT paid 1,000. Don't deduct STT. No deduction shall be allowed in income chargeable under capital gain, even if STT is paid on listed shares. STT is allowed as deduction in business head, section 36, when you take share trading as your stock in trade. Clear to all of you? Right. You know how much I am teaching you for shares? Original shares, bonus shares, right shares, zero coupon bonds, ESOP, and now last buyback. So like this, we have done all the aspect of shares. Tomorrow, the class will start with stamp duty value. If you don't know the concept of stamp duty value, the sale consideration will go wrong, whole problem, exemption, everything will go wrong. Stamp duty value, slum sale, advance money forfeited, exemptions. So tomorrow, full class, we are doing capital gain only. I cannot. I really thought कि कल जैसे मैंने business head किया थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी करके कर लेंगे. But these are very beautiful concepts, and capital gain is a chapter where if I give 50 example, it will be clear. I don't know, this my way of thinking, and I am only saying it will be clear. Is it actually clear? You all are following the class? Then comment now. Comment after the video is uploaded. There are 50, 60 live chats, but I don't know, live replay. कहीं क्या setting में problem है, it's not coming. Chalo. Buyback of shares is last aspect now. Is it taxable? Have you heard about buyback? Journal entries of buyback of shares is there in accounts. Law part is also there for buyback of shares. Now what I am teaching is, you are the shareholder. You sell the shares to your neighbor. Do you have to pay the capital gain? Buyback is company is buying back the shares from the shareholder. Shareholder आपसे ही हम share खरीद ले रहे हैं. I am buying back the shares from the shareholder. For shareholder, is there a capital gain? Yes. Shareholder is saying whether I sell to neighbor or I sell back to company, it's a capital gain. So shareholder should pay the tax. This time, company should pay the tax on buyback, and for shareholders, it is exempt, just like TDS. Dekho, kaise? It's a very nice concept and small questions are asked. When a company purchases its own shares from the other than domestic company, yeah, all specified shares, all domestic company ke liye bhi hai, sab ke liye. When they purchase the shares from the shareholder, it is taxable. Capital gain will be computed and it shall be chargeable in tax, okay, for the shareholder. However, this point is important. On buyback of shares, the domestic company is paying tax at the rate of 20%, surcharge 12%, health and education says 4%. तो 100 रुपीस के शेयर्स हैं, उनका कॉस्ट 80 है. आपने बायबैक तो 100 में किए हैं, but what's the profit part? 20. So on this buyback, 20% tax, 12% surcharge. Why 12%? You know, for companies, surcharge rates are 7% and 12%. So 12%. And health and education says. So 23.296 taxes paid by company, and hence buyback of shares is exempt in the hands of shareholders. Clear to all of you? Right. And when to do the holding, this table is very simple. We can skip. From here, we will continue in tomorrow's class. I will start with stamp duty, advance money forfeited, exemptions. Acha, exemption revoked. You have sold the house, you have purchased the house. I told you not to sell this house in the coming 3 years. Still 3 months you have sold this house. Pehle exemption liya, ma'am, ghar bech ke ghar liya. And then you have sold the house. Not allowed. So when exemption is revoked, how is the treatment? My own way, I have printed the examples. I really want the feedback. Today I have taught you 3 important concepts like compulsory acquisition with an example, conversion of debentures and shares with an example, and conversion of capital asset into stock in trade with example. and then there are 5 problems. Please give a feedback you're following or not. And so many of you, I can correlate your names here. You already have the compiler tax material. So now today, whatever I have taught, in writing, can you practice the problems in between? देखो आज हमने कहाँ तक किया बेटा? We have completed till problem number, देख लो ये तो सब example है. Problem number 12. So 1 to 12 problem, can you sit and solve today only in writing, so that once I complete revision class, you can spare time for costing and other subjects? Karoge? Those who have this compiler material, can you solve 1 to 12 all the questions in writing, in notebook? And if you face any doubt anywhere, please let me know. Message me in the Telegram, or when I start the class, you can say. Okay? So here we close the class with our daily prayer. I am learning from best of the material, and whatever I'm learning, I'm easily able to remember it. Whatever I'm remembering and learning now, I'm easily able to recollect in my exam, and I'm putting it in the answer sheet super duper well, and amazingly confident of getting full marks in taxation, right? And I take 100% responsibility for myself in all the aspects of my life, my studies, my health, my family, my friends, my whatever, my emotions. I take 100% charge and responsibility of myself. And our mantra today is smile and movement. This is a mantra, right? And for you students, it would be very nice if you can make some habits of sleeping on time. I'm not saying sleep early. Even when I was a student, I used to study late night. 10 बजे जब सब सो जाएं तब से लेकर तो 2-3 बजे तक बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाई होती थी. There are some students who like to sleep early, 9 o'clock, but they wake up at 3 o'clock and they study. It's absolutely okay. You know yourself best. Start working on yourself best and join for the class tomorrow with all the exemptions. Thank you so much. Bye bye, all of you. Tomorrow is Saturday, but we will skip the Magic of Logic series. Those are capsule learnings I take every Saturday live class. I'll not take that, but we will